And welcome to the last part of Nightmare on Elm Street, where now we're in Elm Street High, and we just gotta take care of business here. Although I could go without that cup of coffee early on. But either way, this first part's characterized by some extremely obnoxious jumps. Mostly because this jump took me forever to figure out. And also because that brick wall's really a problem too. But either way, what I'm just doing is just trying to make my way across. Especially because you can't tell like when those stupid zombies are gonna turn around. And then when to hit them. So either way, really what we gotta deal with is just me waiting until I can go to sleep. Yeah, and really the only reason was I could never make this jump normally. So what I had to do is I had to get the necromancer up. Well, after I die first as the ninja. But either way, what I needed to do is get the necromancer up. And then just make the jump that way. And yeah, the wizard's gonna be really useful in this one. And some people call it the necromancer. I think the game technically does call it necromancer. I just like wizard better. But yeah, fortunately the wizard's like floatiness is actually really useful in this part. Just because the platforming is extremely obnoxious, and also that's just one little issue I had with this game, is that I did enjoy it at first and then it just got a lot more obnoxious as the game went on. I mean, not that this is a bad game or anything, it's just it just gets kind of annoying near the end. I mean, that's really the only issue I had with it. Also, one other issue is that since there are lockers here, they're gonna blend in with the bones are gonna blend in with them. And then that's why you might end up missing a bone because of it. And then this is where I start having the problems with projectiles just passing through the enemies and then just me getting hit because of it. And then it happens in this stage. Well, not there because I just missed him, but still. But either way, yeah, lots of spikes to worry about, and then also, just a lot of crap going on in this stage. Let's see, well, I am doing this post-commentary just because, like I said before, I just want to get this series done. So I'll probably upload all three of those, the last parts, pretty soon. And then, fortunately, I do have all my continues left, so that is one of the reasons why I wanted to save all my lives for this stage. Just because, well, that's because the stage sucks. I mean, let's just accept facts where they lie. And then Freddy's trademark is on the attack, so now what we gotta do is just worry about him. And once again, this... yeah, see what happened there? Like, the projectile just passed right through him. But anyway, like I was saying, really all he does is just do this jumping and slashing thing, and then moving. And then he's not as hard as he is annoying. But also, the thing is, really the only thing you have to watch out for is just where you respawn. Either way, just get ourselves down here, and then we're good to go. And of course, watching out for spikes and whatnot. Just because it wouldn't be a last stage without them. But then again, that's kind of the reason why NES games were so tough back then, was because, I mean, you just had to spend a lot of times dying and getting better at the game, and then eventually just beating it. So either way, hopefully, the door creaking isn't going to be an issue. Just because, I don't know, for some reason this room just doesn't shut down wind very well. But now that we're here, or just back in the normal world, or waking world, I just gotta watch out for more spikes. Just because, of course the bone placement just gets pretty annoying too. So now we just gotta worry about this stupid guy. And one thing I am looking forward to is, well, since I'm on break, I might as well just get a new series done. And yeah, at least with the start of the new semester, at least it's going to be a little bit easier just to, just so I'm not writing papers all the time. And like I said before in the last part, this thing isn't exactly #1 on my list of priorities. In fact, should probably get this out of the way right now. Had I gotten into a different program, I actually would have quit Let's Playing altogether. But that's a different story for a different time. I mean, inevitably when that day comes when I do have to stop Let's Playing, I will, end up just elaborating more on that stuff. But either way, now's not the time to really talk about that stuff, so let's just go ahead and finish this stupid stage. Especially when zombies like to just show up where you don't want them to. And then of course there's all the stuff you have to worry about with bats and whatnot. So either way, let's see, just gotta make it across here, and of course enemies decide to surround me and knock me off the platform. That's because that's what makes this stage so obnoxious. So either way, what I am looking forward to doing for another series is, I am actually going to, one thing I don't like is those stupid flies get to follow you. So either way, this room can be pretty tricky, especially because of those jumps. And also just because, rats just like to show up where you don't want them to, and for some reason you try and punch them and you don't. And then, I was actually attempting to record this over and over again, and I just kept getting really frustrated throughout this game, or throughout this particular stage. So then that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this post-commentary. And also because I just want to get this done. Admittedly, this series didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to, but unfortunately, that's just when other circumstances interfere. So either way, we gotta go down to where that fire is at the last part. And yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to this last part. Of course, one thing that is really annoying is trying to time when to fall so it doesn't count as a pit, and so you can get the bone. And yeah, I mean, that's I mean, this part's simple, but it's just pretty tough to deal with. And then this jump really isn't too bad. It can stack, but it can cause problems though. And then of course irregularly timed water intervals, or drips of water. Although I never did understand, unless it's like lead or something. Like, why drips of water would hurt somebody? Of course, I think that's just there just to screw with you. And see, yeah, unfortunately, what we had to do is we had to go all the way here and then just backtrack to the, last part. And then had to deal with that bozo. And then right there, like, I don't know why that projectile just passed right through him. And then, yeah, so just more jumps to make, and then this is the part where we have to backtrack. That's because this part's just really annoying. But then again, unfortunately what happened was I was enjoying this game at first, and then just the more it went on, the more I started realizing how annoying this stage gets. And then, like I said before, I don't really hate this game so much. I mean, I just don't like it as much as I did before. But then again, that shouldn't discourage anybody from playing this. I mean, it does have good music, good controls, and overall is, yeah, I guess it does control well, and then there's good music, and then just a good concept too. Just trying to hunt down Freddy's remains and then taking him out. But I mean, this game just does get a little obnoxious later on. That's really the only thing to watch out for. And yeah, that's the reason I went to that part last. But now that we're here, we got ourselves a boss rush. And fortunately, I do have 2 continues left. So at least I had that working for me. And that's why it's important just to make sure you go here with all your continues. That's because it's really easy to die a lot in this stage, and also really easy to die a lot in this game in general. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much already gave my final thoughts on the game. It's a good game, it just missed the mark in a few spots. That's really about it. But either way, since, well, hopefully 16-bit winter is coming up, or 16-bit summer depending on where you live, what I am going to do is, even though I talked about it a lot, I'm finally going to end up recording Super Adventure Island 2. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out, like, where everything is in that game, and, you know, it's just one that's a lot of fun, and definitely one worth checking out, even if it is a lot different from the other Adventure Island games. Also, one thing I really despise is how, the tongues are too small for your, wizard projectiles to hit. One thing that's just really annoying. But either way, I am looking forward to the next game, and one other thing I do plan on doing is a Q&A, I guess, playthrough. And that game is going to be Felix the Cat, and I probably will post in like the Let's Play corner or Bright Wheel as to like a Q&A thread or something like that. But either way, yeah, I mean, outside of that, I don't really have a whole lot else to say just because this is the boss rush. And fortunately, I did have plenty of lives. Well, then I also found out that there is a sale on the video editing software that I use, so I mean, I might just bite the bullet and end up getting it. I mean, it's not $80 and I thought it's actually down to $40, so I think that's something worth investing in. And then I also found out that Bandicam can record ZSNES on my computer, or on my new computer. So we'll just have to see what to do with that. I mean, I'm still gonna have to figure out like what works best and what doesn't. And then, yeah, so hopefully everybody had a good holiday, and I mean, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I did, and, you know, I'm just looking forward to getting back into this. Of course, the, recording times are going to be pretty subject to change once I, end up starting the new semester. Especially because I'm going to have a ton to do this semester. I mean, it's still going to be tough, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, hopefully I can at least get it done this time. Then again, I'm one of those nervous grade checkers where I don't really feel like checking my grade unless, I don't know how you describe it, but you get too nervous checking your grade and you don't do it for a while. I don't know, I guess I've just always done it that way, and unfortunately that's just one of those things I have to change. Where am I now? Okay, I'm at the second to last boss. And then you get up to 1, and then it's the game over, so I mean, that's just something to know. Just in case you want a life count like I do in this game. But unfortunately, that's just what happens when you have limited continues. Is that you kinda do have to life count. So yeah, I mean, fortunately I did end up making it through this part. At least the ninja can handle this. Of course it doesn't help when he's flying in irregular patterns. But now for the final boss, and essentially Freddy's the same as when you encountered him in the nightmare. So I mean, that's no big deal. And then for some reason projectiles just kept passing through him, otherwise I would have killed him a lot quicker. And here I was kind of getting nervous about how many continues I had left, so I just didn't really feel like getting hit. Although it is odd that I'm using the wizard to kill him, and it's funny because the wizard was the only one that Freddy managed to kill in the third one. And then he just runs away. Okay, that works. Yeah, see, I could have done this commentary in a little bit different ways, and fortunately and unfortunately I kind of missed all the scary Terry jokes. Well, just because Rick and Morty's just such a great show. But anyway, now that that's done, I will be recording Super Adventure Island 2 probably sometime next week, because I'm busy or 2 weeks from now, because I'm busy all next week. And of course, LJN being LJN, they just decide to end it like that. Alright, well, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you soon at the next one.